friends, Christine here from the Moore Park City Library, and we just finished story time where we explored measurements because today is Weights and Measures Day. Well, our third book is actually what inspired today's craft. We read Guess How Much I Love You by Sam McBratney, and very early in the book, little nut brown hair tells big nut brown hair that he loves him this much, and he spreads out his arms. And that got me thinking about a craft where we could actually measure our hug, but then maybe send it to someone who really needs it. So today's craft is a mailable hug. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. So here are the supplies you're going to need for this craft. You'll need paper. You can use colored construction paper or white. A pair of scissors. You'll need parents to help you. Coloring supplies, so you could use crayons, markers. These rainbow handprints I actually did with paint. A thick marker. I would suggest when you're tracing your hand to use a thick marker. The reason being is that when you cut out your hands, a thicker marker gives your little one or gives you more room, a bigger area to follow and cut. Whereas I find with a pencil or a pen, it's much thinner and doesn't give you much wiggle room. You'll also need tape and some ribbon. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is decide, are you using paints or are you going to use crayons? In order to do this craft for you guys, I'm actually going to show it with crayons, because if I use paint, I would have to stop and wash my hands and I wouldn't be able to finish. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get your thick marker, and we're going to trace our hand. When you get to the bottom here, you're just going to connect the two, where you started and where you ended. You're going to connect those two lines just like that. You're going to do the same thing for your other hand. This one's a little bit harder for me to trace because I am right-handed, but I need to use my left hand to trace my right hand. Let's see. Another reason why I like the thicker markers, because like I said, I have a little more wiggle room. All right, and then I'm going to close that bottom as well. Next, take your scissors, and we're going to cut out our hands. Now, if you want to decorate your hands, I will say, and I'm going to edit this, I will say that you should color while you have a whole piece of paper. It just gives your little one more room to color. Once you cut out your hands, I would say you could put them on a piece of paper and color. That way, whatever you're coloring with doesn't end up on your surface. But I'm just going to go ahead and cut out my blue hands as they are. I'm not going to decorate these ones. Okay. So like I said, that thick line gives me a little more wiggle room with cutting. I really like crafts that involve tracing your hand. If you guys remember, one of the first crafts we did with our story time was a bunny handprint craft. So I thought I should wait a little bit before I do another handprint. But this one was just too cute not to do. Okay, and there we go. You'll do the same thing with both hands. Now, I've actually gone ahead and cut out some hands already. So you can see I did them on green. These ones I did choose to decorate. I decided to give myself some nail polish and some hearts. Green is my favorite color, which is why I chose that for my hands, and I love hearts. But now we need to actually put together the hug, because all we have are our hands. So we need to measure how long our hug is from one fingertip to the other. So the easiest way to do that is take your thread, or not your thread, I'm sorry, take your ribbon and hold on to one end and just let it unravel. There we go. And stretch your arms all the way out to your sides and then cut that length. So if I hold this, you'll see it's the length of my outstretched arms. Now, on the back of my hands, I'm going to take just a little bit of tape and tape that ribbon down. And there you go. You have a mailable hug. You can send this to anyone that you think might need a hug. You could even write a message on the back or the front. I'm thinking I might send my hug to my friend Jen. She's an essential worker at a grocery store, and I haven't been able to see her these last couple weeks, and so I think she just really needs a hug. A fun activity for you to do is measure the hugs of everyone in your family. Who has the longest hug? How about the shortest? Well, I hope you enjoyed our craft for today. Like I said, it was a mailable hug that was inspired by Guess How Much I Love You by Sam McBratney. This craft is a companion to our story time for today, which was exploring measurements, because May 20th is Weights and Measures Day. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next week for story time and craft. Bye!